Hey, welcome back to the Black Family College Guide. I'm Kris Coleman, and I'm so glad you're here today because today's episode is the one I get asked about the most. You got the letters, you understand what's in them. Maybe you listened to our episode on loans and you went back and circled all the right numbers. And now you're sitting there with two, maybe three schools on the table, and you still don't know which one to choose. I hear you. And I want to tell you something before we get into this. The fact that you're still asking the question, the fact that you haven't just gone with the first school that said yes, that is smart. That is exactly the kind of thinking that changes a family's financial future. So today we're going to do something practical. We're going to walk through exactly how to compare two schools side by side on real numbers. So when May 1st comes, your family knows you made the right call. May 1st is 10 days away. Let's go. Here's what most families do when they're comparing schools. They look at the sticker price, the total cost of attendance listed on the school's website, and they compare those two numbers. School A costs this much, school B costs that much, and they pick the lower one. School A gave my student $20,000. School B gave $15,000. So school A must be the better deal. But those comparisons are wrong. Not wrong because the numbers aren't real, wrong because they are not the complete picture. The sticker price doesn't tell you what you actually pay after aid. And the scholarship number, as we talked about in episode 3, might include loans, which means you're not comparing aid packages. You're comparing debt levels and calling it scholarships. So, what do you compare instead? You compare true costs. And I'm going to show you exactly how to find that number for each school right now. For every school your student is considering, you need four numbers, just four. And once you have them, the comparison becomes very clear. Number one, the total semester charges. This is what the school actually bills you for: tuition, room, board, fees. Not the website estimate, the actual invoice number. You can usually find this in the financial aid portal or by calling the bursar's office. Write it down for each school. Number two, your free aid only. Go back to the award letter. Find every grant, find every scholarship. Add those up. That is it. Do not include the loans. Do not include work study. Just the money that never has to be paid back. Subtract that free money from the total semester charges. What you have left is your bill balance. That's what you'll owe the school directly. Number three, off bill costs. This one never appears on any letter, but it's real. Books, supplies, transportation home from breaks, personal expenses. For most students, this runs between $900 and $1,500 a semester, depending on the school's location and your family situation. Use $1,100 as your starting estimate if you don't have a more specific number. Number four, your true semester costs. Add the bill balance and the off bill costs together. That number right there is what your family is actually committing to when you say yes to that school. Now do that for both schools. Put the numbers next to each other. That is the real comparison. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. I want to bring back Jordan Williams, the student I've been walking you through this season. Jordan got into three schools: a private university called Oakfield, a public state school, Riverside State, and an HBCU, Langston A&M. Of course, these schools are all fictitious for educational purposes. When Jordan first looked at her letters, Oakfield seemed like the obvious choice. Big name school, great scholarships numbers at the top of the letter. But when we ran the four numbers, here's what we actually found. Charges for Oakfield was $15,220. Her free aid only was $7,448. Her bill balance was $5,022, and her off bill costs was $1,100. So the semester cost for her was $6,122. We ran those numbers up against the next school that came in second, and that was the Langston A&M, which was the HBCU. Their semester cost was $11,400. Their free aid was $6,200. Bill balance was $3,200, and the off-bill cost was $1,100. So the true semester cost for Langston was $4,300. So comparing the two together, we see that there is approximately almost 2,000 difference. Oakfield had the bigger scholarship headline, but once Jordan stripped out the loans and added in the off-bill cost, her true semester cost at Oakfield was $6,122. At Langston A&M, the HBCU that didn't have the flashy scholarship number, her true semester cost was $4,300. That's over $1,800 less per semester. Over 4 years, that is more than $14,000. $14,000 that stays in Jordan's family instead of going to debt service. Now, and I want to be clear about this. This does not mean Jordan was wrong to consider Oakfield. Fit matters. Academic programs matter. Career networks matter. There are students for whom the private PWI is absolutely the right choice, even if the cost is higher. But here's what I want every family to understand: you cannot make a good decision without the real numbers. If Jordan had looked at Oakfield's scholarship headline and said yes without running the comparison, she would have committed to $1,800 more per semester without ever knowing it. That's an accident. What we want is a choice, an informed one, made on purpose with full information on the table. Now, I want to say something important before we close. The numbers are not the only thing. Once you have the true cost for each school, once you know what you're actually agreeing to pay, then you get to ask the bigger questions. Is this school worth that difference to my family? Maybe one school has the exact program your student needs for their career path. Maybe one has a community that will make your student feel seen or supported from day one. Maybe one is closer to home, and that matters for your family right now. Those things are real. Factor them in, but factor them in knowingly. Say, I know this student costs my family $1,800 more per semester, and I'm choosing it anyway because of X. This is a decision made with power, not a decision made in the dark. All right, here's what I want you to do after this episode. Pull up the two schools your student is most seriously considering. Run the four numbers for each one: semester charges, financial aid only, bill balance, and off balance costs. These are your true costs. Put them side by side. Semester charges, free aid only, bill balance, off bill costs, true costs. Put them side by side. If you want a tool that does the math for you automatically, I built one. It's completely free. It's called FAALL Interactive Decoder, and you can find it at inkinkimep.com/fall decoder. You plug in the numbers for up to 3 schools, and it shows you the true cost comparison side by side. Use it tonight. And if you want to go deeper, if you want someone to walk you through not just the comparison, but the full decision, the scholarships you can still apply for right now, the loan breakdown, the May 1st checklist, everything. That's what fall is. 8 modules built for this exact season. Link is in the show's notes. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going live on Facebook for Teachable Tuesdays. And I mean it when I say bring your letters. We're going to run these numbers together in real time. I want you to see the comparison. If this episode helped you, if something clicked, please share it. Text it to somebody. Post it in your group chat. Send it to your church's college group. Because there is a family out there right now about to make a $40,000 decision without this information. And you could be the one who gets it to them. I'm Kris Coleman. This is the Black Family College Guide. Help has arrived. I'll see you next Tuesday.